I am Grayson.
I like it. I'm Bristol.
I am King Lirs.
I am King Lirs. And yeah, we're just here to give a little bit of insight into what we do, generally speaking, on YouTube for Broceed Checkpoint, and how you can also start your own YouTube channel, and what you need to do, do's and don'ts, mistakes that we've made essentially since we got started, and how you can avoid those same pitfalls. Because we've been doing this for about 2 years now, and just over 2 years?
Just over 2 years.
Just over 2 years, and
there have certainly been mistakes made.
There have been mistakes that have been made.
Yeah.
We think we've learned from them.
Maybe.
But you know, hopefully people here won't make the same mistakes that we made.
Hopefully.
So just to give you an idea as to what we're about, you know, playing our channel fair. It was already started a little bit earlier, but we're going to play it again anyway. We goodbye, guys.
Goodbye, guys.
That's possibly our finest moment in Dark Souls. Because God knows there weren't that many of them. More often than not, we do kill each other.
Yeah. We forgot to mention parental advisory.
Oh yeah, that's right, yeah, sorry. Just as a heads up, we do swear an awful lot, and if that's something that you're not interested in, then... That was potentially my finest Street Fighter moment as well. That was me as Dulcie, yeah. You stretchy bastard.
And how all of the swearing in the channel trailer was me.
Well, let's be fair, most of the
Not
swearing
all.
is because you're falling into lava like
That is.
I'm saying you do that. I don't get my noise on this one. There we go. So we can trade this one.
We got it. That rabbit was the bane of our existence for a while.
I don't understand like how quick you can roll to kill one rabbit. No, I'm sorry, that is the best.
That's the best game.
I'm passing it out because
That's possibly the best game we played on the channel. Or you guys have played on the channel. Oh wait, that one was brilliant as well. Space Jam 5.
you do.
I love the job that Ritual did with that channel trailer. It was so good. And I think that's like, it's not the most viewed video on our channel by any stretch of the imagination. I think that's doing that video a massive disservice because like I think it's really nicely put together. You know, it tells a lot about what we're about, and it tells a lot about, you know, the format that we have, you know, while we're doing these kinds of things. So, you know, that's something that you're going to want to get across once you start to put together a channel trailer yourself, if that's something that you want to do. And subscribe, bitches. Forgot about that. So now that you've got a bit of an idea as to what we're about, we're going to go through a few bits and pieces with regards to how to get started. And I'm just going to bring up the Google Doc right now that I set up. I prepared before we arrived up here.
It's fluffy and that's what I like it.
Very professional notes.
Yeah, very professional notes. Just points that we want to hit and get across before. Don't look at these other So, what you're going to need to get started is, well, you're kind of going to want to decide as to what kind of content you're going to want to provide on your channel. You know, are you going to do console-based content, or are you going to do PC-based content? Because with PC-based content, it's all in one. Essentially, if you've got a gaming rig, then you can do this very easily. It's just a matter of getting the software and then running it, and then playing the game and having fun. You know, like here I've highlighted 3 pieces of software that are perfect for data capture or image capture. DxStory, XSplit, and OBS. They're probably the biggest. Video capture softwares out there. Then after that, you know, what you're going to want is either Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere so that you can edit that footage. And then you're going to want Photoshop or GIMP. Photoshop, clearly the more expensive of the two, and GIMP is the low price of free.
There are free alternatives, because I know the cost of some of them can be a bit prohibitive to getting into it. Adobe have recently brought out that you can pay a monthly subscription fee for access to their entire suite. So once you get into it a bit, if you're looking for kind of more professional quality, I think that could be a good idea as well.
And I think they made CS2 free for everyone recently, which is fantastic. Now, the next thing, if you're going to be doing, you know, gaming in terms of PC gaming, you're going to want yourself a good rig, decent RAM, graphics card, or a decent laptop, or something along those lines. Something that you can use to capture footage to a high standard. You know, like at the moment, like there's no point in capturing footage at a low frame rate or at low resolution. Is that right? Yeah. Like 1080p, 60 FPS is kind of the standard at the moment. And you know, if you're not going to be doing that, you're going to be a step behind your competition and things like that. So that's quite important. Now, if you're going to be capturing footage for consoles, you're going to need a PVR. This is what that is. This is a PVR. It stands for Personal Video Recorder, and you basically just hook your console into this, hook a cable out of it into your TV, and you hook another cable up to your laptop. And basically, you play your game, and while you're playing it, this captures the footage for you, and then you take that and you edit it the same way as we were talking about a minute ago in Sony Vegas or Adobe Premiere. And I suppose what else you're going to need is a good quality microphone, like this one that I'm using right now. I personally, I actually forgot to bring my microphone. I meant to bring my microphone with me too. You're going to need like the best quality microphone that I've ever used is a Shure SM58. It's a fantastic vocal microphone generally, but you know, I get use out of it as a musician as well. But you use a Blue Yeti?
I do indeed. There's also a cheaper version of that, the Snowball, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I also use the Snowball myself, and I think I got it for €80, I think it was at the time. It's quite a good quality. It's quite a good quality microphone, and you know, it does exactly what you need to do. And finally, what you're going to need is your winning personality, because there's nothing people dislike more than watching bland, boring people talk about stuff. Like kind of what we're doing right now. But you know, it's important. Like I think that's kind of where we kind of shine. It's in our multiplayer stuff when we, you know, are bouncing things off of one another, and like the less picked up stuff that we do is the stuff that's all solo stuff, right? So you're gonna need to work in other people with your stuff, just to add another element to it. You know, what that is?
Yeah, that's essentially what I was going to say. Is like if you look at our channel, I think I've done actually there's a couple of different things. Like our best viewed videos are probably what, our guides. Because we switch between content. We've got like our multiplayer let's plays, and the multiplayer ones are fantastic because, as you say, we bounce stuff off each other. And when we're sat in a room like sort of like this, we're all talking one at a time because otherwise the microphones will hate each other. But as you say, the solo stuff isn't picked up. But definitely the mix between our multiplayer, which I find really fun to watch, and the guides, which people find really useful, particularly for Final Fantasy 14 that we're all playing at the moment.
And I suppose like. Just take a look at this page here, our front page of our channel here. Like, we're not a massive channel by any stretch of the imagination. We've got 370 subscribers almost. But you know, we do quite a bit of stuff with other channels that will be around the same size. We try and promote each other. So I think that's quite key to kind of developing your channel and your brand and things like that. But that's something we can talk about a little bit later on. Because going back to what Russell was saying about the guides that we do, The Final Fantasy guides, like, this was put up 3 days ago, it's almost 2,500 views. 3 days ago, 600 views. 3 days ago, 16 views. So people don't really go for the Diablo stuff at the moment. But, you know, there's an awful lot of positives to take at the other stuff that we do, and it allows us to kind of look at the metrics and things like that, and decide how we want to move forward and things like that. Kind of like a business, I guess. So, after you've got yourself set up, what do you need to do? You need to decide on what content you want to make and what games you want to play. So whatever you're into, we do, as you guys said, quite a bit of Final Fantasy 14. We do a lot of RPG games, Diablo 3. I did Dark Souls for a while until I lost the will to live. And then I moved on to doing something else. I'm probably going to play Hatchable Boyfriend at some stage. It's a strange game. So we're kind of going to run on with the current series that we have. We're going to like put out the stuff that's the most current around at any particular time, because timing is very, very important.
Timing with trying to get videos and views up at the start and trying to get people to come to your channel is pretty much essential. And it's one of the things that Final Fantasy 14 and World of Warcraft in the past have been fantastic for us, because a patch comes out, there's a new instance, there's a boss. If you could be one of the first people to get out a video guide to that, then you're going to get a lot of views straight away. And then of course that trickles onto the rest of the content on the channel as well. So if you get one popular clip out that's at the right time and people are interested in it, then that will get you subscribers, and that content, those views will trickle onto the less popular stuff that you may be more interested in as well.
Yeah, that's the thing, you know, it's kind of about getting people, like, getting butts on seats, and you know, having people watching your stuff, so that, you know, they might see something else that catches their eye on the channel. Which is why it's kind of important to have nice thumbnails as well, because they can be quite decisive, or they can drag in people into their interviews. Not drag in, that sounds a little bit like we're forcing people to watch our stuff, but we're not. So the next thing anyway that I was going to talk about is getting a partner, getting a YouTube partner, because you can't monetize content. Well, you can, but it's extremely difficult to monetize your content without having a channel partner. At the moment, our partner is MakerGen. They're fantastic. They are a feeder channel for a big channel called Polaris, a big network called Polaris. And Polaris are owned by Disney, and they would have like the larger channels on YouTube associated with them. Like I think PewDiePie is associated with Polaris. Yogscast are part of Polaris. Game Grumps are part of Polaris. All the table flip stuff that they do are part of Polaris. Not saying that we're quite up there, but you know, that's kind of the stuff that we would aim to or aspire to at some stage. You know, like we're big fans of the Game Grumps and the Yogscast. What's something Yogscast? And you know, we watch a lot of their stuff, and we take inspiration from a lot of their stuff, and you know, it's a fantastic thing to have. But you know, it's kind of about deciding, as I said, who is the right fit for you in terms of your partner. Those are the reasons why we chose MakerGen. Because it was simply an application process, and you know, they accepted it, and it was fantastic. But there's other great ones out there, like Machinima are a fantastic channel, our partner. I know that our friend Matt, that we do quite a bit of content with, Matt Sparks, he is partnered with the Gaming Network, which is another great channel. And you know, as I said, you know, your end goal really is to be able to monetize your content, so that you can make better content, right? It's not just about the dollar points. And what else was I going to say? The importance of partnership. It's about kind of having a support structure there as well, I guess, like, because you know, our current partner Maker, they had a promotion going quite recently with regards to people that were under their channel or their partnership. With regards to TED 2, they wanted people to come together a video like hyping TED 2, and like the best one would win like $100 voucher or something like that. Which isn't something that I was too pleased with personally, simply because it seemed like it was trying to get people to put in a lot of work for very little reward, even though it takes an awful lot to like put these videos together and cut them together and edit them for the potential for simply $100. You know, when you're essentially doing free advertising. So that's something that didn't sit too well with me, but the advantages out the other side are incredible, right? It's simply that, you know, you have so much royalty-free music from a library to select from, you have assets to select from, we have a free Spreadshirt account that we haven't actually set up or used at all yet, that we probably should get around to, because that's another revenue stream. But yeah, it's about deciding who the right fit for you is. You just need to do a little bit of research and figure out what every partner is about and, you know, what they can do for you, essentially.
One of the other advantages of having a partner is that if you have any trouble with the channel, they make it very easy to sort problems out. The likes of if someone puts a copyright claim against your clip and takes it down when they don't actually hold the copyright to the content. It's very difficult to fight that kind of thing without a partner, whereas a partner has the contacts to fight that for you.
That said, we have quite a few copyright matched third-party content rights against the channel. Mainly by Nintendo, and Konami actually, and Square Enix, mainly Japanese companies, about our content. But all it takes is simply to take it down, do a quick edit, pop back up with royalty-free music or something in place instead. And it's pretty easy to get around those kinds of things.
It depends on how hardcore the company is as well. Some companies will be more lenient than others. Nintendo, if they put a copyright claim against you, your video can't be shown anywhere, essentially, and you can't make any cash off it at all. Square Enix recently just quietly actually put a copyright claim against us, but all that happened was any of the profits from the clip went towards them. We were still allowed to use the clip and get views and things off it, which, as far as I'm concerned, is absolutely fine in that case.
Then you get companies like Konami, who actually asked me to stop my Let's Play of Silent Hill 2. So they went out of their way to get me to stop. Anyway, enough of that. Setting up your schedule for what you want to do, right? So I think one of the biggest problems that we had when we started was we stretched ourselves too thin when we were starting putting up videos and things like that. Because we were pumping out videos 5 days a week. So every weekday there was a new video out. And between, like, this is our job. Our job is 9 till 6, 5 days a week. So, between trying to manage all that stuff, there was very little life to be able to play around with. So we stretched ourselves too thin and we did that for about 6 or 7 months. About 6 or 7 months. And then it all just kind of came to a bit of a head, like we couldn't do it anymore, we just couldn't hold it up. So I think the most important thing is to work within your constraints, but to stick to that as well, and to stay consistent. Which isn't something that we've been doing particularly well either. But for those 6 or 7 months, I think that we kind of earned that kind of freedom to kind of upload at our own rate, and to take our time with our content, because there's nothing more fun than doing good edits, I think. The worst part of the whole process is editing, but if you can actually get creative with your edits and cut stuff in, or have graphics or things like that, if you take the time out to actually put things up with a little bit of creativity and a little bit of flair in it, it does make it all that bit more satisfying and that bit more worthwhile. And people do actually respond to it and do appreciate it, so I think it is worth doing that kind of thing. I loved your Nintendo videos, your Super Mario Brothers videos, Super Mario Galaxy videos, yeah. Simply because you did do that. You had that extra level of flair to it. You cut things in and cut back to things. And I thought that was fantastic, and I think it's a real shame that we can't show them because of Nintendo.
I was going to say, the videos completely, we can see them in our copyright notices, so they just gone, we can't even open them.
Yeah. We can totally do that. Do you want to play some more? Okay. You think it's one? Okay. Which part of it? Oh, I guess this was gold. That was such a good intro.
That's what we're talking about. If you have if you have the intro like that, you have the overlay the graphics, you put the sound effects on. Some of you may know this, that was the menu sound from Final Fantasy VII, and a lot of people will immediately react to that and go, oh, I know that one, and they absolutely love that. So you pretty much skip ahead. This is me setting up a video and complaining, setting up an account and complaining about icons. So jump in like a few minutes, get to the first level when I stopped spinning the Luma, which was very important part of the game as far as I'm concerned.
And then you just flew into the sky. So it didn't matter. And everything was on fire.
The story of that game was very confusing.
Okay.
And the Bowser just bust in and set everything on fire. And then bust it. Like, didn't he work out how to travel through dimensions in that game or something? Before that he was just inside castles, and for this one he's like, yeah, okay, I'm in space now. I was going to say, yeah, sorry, jump ahead a bit. It's, you'll see that I actually get to a decent level and start spending a large amount of time just trying to get myself stuck in space. This is one of the things that I think works really well, particularly when it comes to Let's Plays. It's referred to as emergent gameplay, which is not following what you're meant to be doing in the slightest. You know, if someone's just playing through the story, that's fair enough. You can do that yourself. But one of the things that shines is when you do stuff like that. For emergent gameplay, Minecraft is fantastic because there's no set story, there's nothing to follow. It's just a matter of we're going to try building this today. And people have interest in your ideas more than the story of the game itself. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're talking about, the overlays.
Yeah, that's pretty much from McDonald's or Patrick Starfish, or the horrid combination child of Grimace and Patrick. Grimace.
See, we've got pretty decent reviews coming off of that as well. Just if you put in a little bit of effort to like Photoshop a couple of simple pictures, overlay them over the video, that does generally work quite well.
And it's for reasons like that that I think it was such a huge shame that we can't use that anymore. Because we put so much work into it as well. But anyway, moving on. Social media. Social media, getting yourself out there, getting your brand out there on Facebook and Twitter is very, very important. Because, you know, we actually made quite a few friends through our social media pages, like our Twitter feed in particular. Alex Cloud. Social media pages, Broceed Checkpoint and Broceed YouTube if you want to subscribe or follow. We made quite a few friends through our Twitter feed, simply because it's so easy